You damn fool!
Damn you, Brooke.
Tell us about your arrest.
Oh, my arrest was spectacular. Definitely one for the record books. UC Security sent an armada after our little fleet of ships and picked us off one by one until the remainder of us made it to the wheel.
For a listener's benefit, that was the star station in orbit around Voli that you destroyed just before your arrest, correct?
You see, that's what they'd have you believe, but the truth is much less sinister. There was a firefight on the wheel when they tried to bring us in. We holed up, but UC Security unleashed hell. The damage they caused was catastrophic. We only surrendered so we wouldn't die when the station exploded.
Well, the UC says you set demolition charges to try and cover your tracks and make your escape.
That's their story. You'll have to go with your gut on what you think really happened. Anyway, they took us in and tossed us into the lock. That lovely resort they opened on Suvorov.
And you were imprisoned there for how long?
Well, it was supposed to be for life, Gail. But I ended up serving 2 years before I decided I'd had enough.
Is there any particular reason that you started the riots that eventually led to the worst prison break in United Colonies history?
Yes. I'm quite proud of that, actually. I honestly didn't think it would go as well as it did. As for the reason, well, it's simple. The UC were treating us like animals. The conditions in the lock were ridiculously bad and no one cared. That's why they stuck us on that ice ball in the first place. Out of sight, out of mind.
Your escape caused the deaths of many that were stationed at the lock. Some would brand that as a bit dismissive for what you're describing as a protest. If you were simply advocating for your fellow inmates, why didn't you just go through the proper channels?
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send a strongly worded letter to my duly...
Came back to finish the job. Do you really think I'm that stupid? I have had eyes on you since you blasted your way aboard the Key. And now, it's obvious the game is over. Talk sense into me? What the hell? Yeah, sure. Like Ikande is going to shout? Give me a break. Yeah? You know, and now you suddenly expect for once in your... You don't even have... It is obvious. I have already... Let's see how... And spend the rest of my life in the brig? Without a credit to my name? And I suppose you want me to think it ends outside a prison cell and not in. Still, a prison door opens, just like any other. Better to be a martyr than waste away in some prison. They might. And if they do, I would just be tying up their loose ends, including you. If so, letting you live might afford me some small victory. Fair point, Rook. And even on a ship like the Vigilance, there's always a chance I could escape. But not if I die here. You're the one who's sweating. Sorry, Rook. You betrayed the fleet. Your arrogance is on... No. I simply refuse to be the... If this is true... You and I both know that the moment I try to leave the station, Ikande... No. Ikande must be a noble death.
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send a strongly worded letter to my
Came back to
duly
finish the
appointed
job first.
representative? Wake up.
Talk sense into me. What the hell? Yeah? You know. And now you son, for once in your... You don't even have... It is obvious. I have already... Let's see how far... And spend the rest of my... My story ends either way, but this way, I get to close the book. No one else. As is every member of the fleet. And if I give them all one more day, maybe we make it out of this. They might. And if they do, I would just be tying up their loose ends, including you. If so, letting you live might afford me some small victory. Fair point, Rook. And even on a ship like the Vigilance, there's always a chance I could escape. But not if I die here. You got a funny way of showing your appreciation. Now you have the nerve to piss on the fleet and tell me it's raining? Get real. Sorry, Rook. You and I both know. No. Ikande must be so a noble death.
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send a strongly worded letter to my duly appointed
Came back to finish
representative?
the job.
Wake up.
Talk sense into me. What the hell? Looking out for number one, huh? You know, when we were on Sur, and now you son of... For once in your... Well, it is obvious that no matter what I say, you have no... I have already... Let's see how... And spend the rest of my life... My story ends either way, but this way, I get to close the book. No one else. As is every member of... Not everything has to... Sorry, Ikande must be a noble death.
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send
Came
a
back to
strongly
finish the
worded
job.
letter to my duly appointed
Talk sense into
representative?
me? What the hell?
Wake up.
Looking out for number... You know. And now you son... For once in your... You don't even have... It is obvious. I have already... Let's see how... And spend the rest of my life... History is written by the... My story... As is every member of the fleet. They might. And if so... What good is my life? Sorry, Rook. Ikande must... A noble...
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send a strongly worded letter to my duly appointed representative? Wake up.
Came back to finish the... Talk sense into me? What the hell? Looking out for no... You know. And now for once in... Well... It is obvious that I have already loved. Let's see how. And spend the rest of my life in the brig. And I suppose you want me to think it ends outside a prison cell and not in. Still. Better to be a martyr than waste away. They might. If so... Fair point. Tough talk. Sorry, Rook. Ikande must be a noble death. Came back to finish the job personally. Talk sense into me? What the hell? Looking out for number. You know. And now for once in... You don't even... It is obvious. I have already... Let's see how far. And spend the rest of my... And I suppose you want me to think it ends out... Better to be a... They might. If so... Fair point, Rook. Is that right, Rook? I know I don't have many options here. Fine. You win. Standing down the reactors. With the legacy gone, we're dead in the water anyway. But before you have Ikande lock me up, I'm gonna leave you with some parting words. Whether you know it or not, you're damn good at being a pirate. It's in your blood. One of these days, that's all gonna hit you. And I'll be waiting for you in my cell to tell you I told you so. Go! You've taken everything else from me. The least you can do is give me a moment of peace. Go! 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 You've taken everything else from me. The least you can do is give me a moment of peace.
We should move on. There's nothing worth taking.
Yes? Yes, what?
So, what's new with you today?
Nice. Clean set there. Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
You can practically hear the sound of credits being wasted.
Fine, kid. You earned your wings today.
Thank you, sir. I was just trying to do my part. A lot of heroes on this day. Speaking of which, here comes one now.
Good work taking out those pirates, Renegade.
Great job.
We're back. Anything to report? I believe congratulations are in order. With this decisive blow, the end of the Crimson Fleet is all but assured. But as much as I'd like to begin this celebration, technically we're still in the process of wrapping up the operation. On that note, Lieutenant, what do you have for me?
Reports are coming in right now, Commander. Delgado and Shinya Voss have been taken into custody. Also, we've transferred personnel to the Key to secure the location until the United Colonies decides what they want to do with the station.
And what about Neva Mora?
According to our reports, Neva led the strike force that attacked the Vigilance. Unfortunately, that was the last we saw of her. It looks like she managed to escape. We don't know her current whereabouts, but I have our operations team looking into it.
That's fine. Overall, excellent news, Lieutenant. I have to admit, for the first time in 7 years, I don't know what to say. How about you? I know that was difficult. You hanging in there? I can understand that. The dual life you were leading must have been incredibly stressful.
Honestly, I have no idea how you kept it all together.
Well, let me let you in on a bit of a surprise. Something I've been working on for a while. I've twisted arms and cashed in some favors at Mast. I wanted to make sure you got a share of the money you recovered from the legacy. Call it a reward, a token of appreciation, whatever the hell you want. But you've absolutely earned every credit.
Eliminating the fleet is reward enough. But I will certainly not complain about the extra credits.
Don't thank me yet. If it had been completely up to me, you'd get a lot more than they're giving you.
Now that you're rich and famous, maybe you'll still remember us little people, huh?
Decorum, Lieutenant? Damn, I'm going to be really sorry to see you go. You've really become an important part of our team. It won't be the same around here without you.
Although, if you feel like staying aboard, I'm sure I could give you access to the SysDef mission board. That is, if you can stand spending another minute with us on the Vigilance.
Excellent. I'm happy we haven't somehow frightened you away. Anyway, enough talk. You've earned a break, and I'm sure you wish to celebrate. Here's your promised reward. And wherever you might find yourself, my best wishes travel with you.
It's good to have you back. What can I do for you?
It's finally
That
over.
shield upgrade
saved
we
not
got
only
on the
the lives on
Vigilance
this
made a
ship,
big difference.
countless
That.
others across
Find the interior of this ship comforting.
Hey there. Glad to see you again.
Mom says we might go to Paradiso next year. She's all excited about Spa. days. I wonder if they have any good bookstores there.
If I can help you with anything. Reclaiming the key was a long time coming.
Anything new to what can I do for you? Glad to hear it. Let's see what you got. It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense about Crix's legacy really just amounts to a rumor Jasper Crix picked up in jail. It just goes to show you how a tiny rumor can snowball into a full-blown fairy tale. Any other fragments? Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a six-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Find anything else? Benjamin Bayou, pride of the Freestar Collective. The authorities there have been trying to nail him for a long time. Bringing us proof that he's been manipulating Generdyne from the shadows is pretty tasty stuff. The FC will pay dearly for this. Good job. Anything else? That's a hell of a story. I still can't believe Crix ended up being marooned on the legacy. All that wealth, and the only thing he could do was stare at it. Can you imagine? I almost feel bad for him. It must have driven the guy crazy. That it? All right. Keep up the good work. I'll be here if you have any more questions.